Shalom, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sincere and hopeful elect, you brothers out there that's prophesying in the true name and the true doctrine about the times we're in and times ahead of for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Is your brother Quadash Paya, and just another quick update, right, on this pieces, the chess pieces that's being moved in this global stage for this new digital currency, which is the mark of the beast. And this is an article in CoinDesk. It says, ex People's Bank chief says digital yuan not planned to replace global currency. And China is really invested in their new companies, for their digital yuan, right, which is people are using their websites, for digital transactions, and it's basically a war, a digital, digital currency war with world leaders, right? And before I go into this real quick, you also have let me see, what's the other article right here, which this was updated a week ago, where it goes into it through the video. But it states, CNN Business, it says China wants to weaponize its currency. A digital version could help. So, the American news outlets, wants the masses to always look at another country as the boogeyman when policies don't go their way. And you see, China owns a lot of the banks in America. You know what I'm saying? So we have this digital currency, this war going on, right? Which China's not even, they're not using blockchain. If you understand how blockchain works, right? And we'll get into that. This is blockchain, and this is who created it, Satoshi Nakamoto. The blockchain has the potential to grow to be a bedrock of the worldwide record-keeping system, of how much you spend. So that's considered the block, and then when you keep spending, it turns into a chain, holding a record, record keepings, like your savings or whatever, what you spend and what you spend it on and how much. It says, by the unknown persons behind the online cash currency Bitcoin under the pseudonym, if I'm saying it correctly, of Satoshi Nakamoto. And remember how America always pointed out to different countries out there with a boogeyman for different reasons, but in reality it was because the U.S. wanted to put their central banks, in these different areas, right? And remember, even with Gaddafi, when he came up with the gold standard, that's real money, but they ended up clipping his ass. Slovakia. Then, not too long ago, you had the BRICS nations. Now, these are the BRIC nations: India, Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa, right? Remember when they, right here, when they, where it says BRIC nations ponder digital currency to ease trade, reduce USD reliance. So, I'm going to get the article real swift, where they were coming up with their own currency as well to leave, right? It says right here, the BRICS Association of Major Emerging Economies has discussed developing a digital currency to ease trade in the bloc and reduce its reliance on US dollar in settlements. So they want to reduce, not having to rely on the US dollar. And you just look at how much America's in debt. It's trillions, and they can't pay that back. See? So new currencies are going to come out and everything's being digitalized. Then there's the basic article which speaks about, because the 5G, I believe 5G uh, says 5G digital brands and cryptocurrency highlights 2020's top consumer services trend. And I believe 5G relies on the blockchain, so there could be a digital, so they could be like a digital field, if you will, right? Now, I'm gonna get a scripture real quick. It says, Revelation chapter 19 verse 20 says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And you're gonna have your false leaders, your false religious leaders, and performing these miracles to deceive the people that believe it, and for like that's what it is they have to rely on instead of relying on the Lord. So just consistently watching what's going on. And then you have also, I almost forgot to bring out, where they're cracking down more and more on social media platforms, where social media platforms like Facebook, Google, Twitter, Amazon, and so forth, if they don't put regulations on certain information that's being brought out, they're going to have to fine. They're going to be fined. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, if they are fined, that'll cause people to have to pay for this. And not only that, they're blaming China for just had it, for, I believe, intervening with the election, just like 4 years ago they did that with Russia. It's all a crackdown on social media as well, for many more restrictions on free speech, and basically regulating shit for people to pay for information as well. You know what I'm saying? So they're making it seem like China is the boogeyman, because really they're using it as a scapegoat, because it's a not only an information war but also a digital currency war. You know what I mean? So there could be even a blackout on the digital grid. A blackout, or just shutting shit down. You had Google shut down recently, YouTube. So showing you how to just switch things. You know what I mean? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.